Hello and welcome back to Tron Sports FIFA 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video, and we start today's video sitting at Downer Market. Why Downer Market, you might ask? Well, I do not think we have ever started a video sitting above Downer Market, apart from the video in which I improved the Downer Market approach, or the station. In fact, even that video, I do not think we were hovering above it. Anyway, that is why I've chosen to start above Downer Market. There is no other particular reason, and we are not going to be strictly working in Downer Market for the entirety of this episode, or even for the majority of this episode. Now, for the past few videos, I have been working on the railways. So I think the last time I worked on the road infrastructure and road networks was episode 216, and I believe we are now on episode 228. So there have been a dozen episodes since then. As you may have guessed, in today's video I'm going to be working on the road network. Specifically, I'm going to be working on the bus routes, which I did mention in the last video, but I'm going to be working on the bus routes in as many towns as I possibly can, ensuring that they cover the towns properly so that the towns build up as they're supposed to, and if I see somewhere that I can fit in a few roads or anything like that without too much hassle, I will certainly be going ahead and doing that too. We'll start up in the top left of the map, or the northwest of the map, in Bracknell, which is really weird to say, given that Bracknell is in the southeast of England. Well, I suppose this map is a UK map, but still the southeast of the UK. It is very strange to say Bracknell in the northwest, but there we go. We will be starting there, and then I shall see what the order shall be for the bus routes. Let's go around town by town, city by city. Make sure you stay tuned. Let's get started, and let's see how many need upgrading and how many I already have that shall be fine. Right, let's go ahead and move over up to Bracknell. Here we are. So the best way for me to actually do this is start off by looking at it like that. I can... That's not going to help me. That is not going to help me. None of those are going to help me, but I can see, in fact, there is something that will help me. I can switch off all of those, literally all of them, and then just switch on that. That is useful. There we go. And actually, in doing so, I've just realised hang on. Is that a performance improvement? Let's find out, shall we? This is going to be very important. And then switch all three off. Negligible. Okay, anyway. There we go. Now we can see the bus stops and the freight stops. I might actually do some work with the freight stops as well. Actually, now that I think about it, that would make sense. Okay, so we're going to be doing two things here. So looking at, and also I think I should probably do this, that, and only visible ones. Will that keep that filter? It does. Good. So I can now press, is it 5? No. 6, 7, 8, no. What is it? F2. Oh, right, it's F2. F3, F4, F5, F6, no. I wanted that one. Lines, L. Of course it's L. Why would it be anything else? Also, I do not remember this remove all. But maybe because I've always had... No, that remove all is definitely something I've not really noticed before. Anyway. Is that one better than this? Somewhat. I could get it to pop out if possible. And can I... No, I cannot get this one to pop out. I know there's one of them. That's one I can get to pop out and change the size of. That might be more useful. At the moment, I do not need to see what is what. Oh, but it doesn't actually... No, it doesn't bring anything up, so... Oh, now I've ruined it. I've made a hash of this. As you would expect, I've gone ahead and made a total hash of my line statistics. Well done, me. Let's try and recover that and never press that again. Right. So, we have 3 routes here. 4 routes, actually. So each one has a backwards or a clockwise and an anti-clockwise route. They look all right, but I think that route 1 and 2 can expand down here and fill up this section. The reason I say that is if I click this, you'll notice that it doesn't... Well, it actually does cover that area, so we can build into that. So, overall, that's not too bad. I might leave that as it is. First one, we are leaving. However, I am going to do something for the freight, for the goods, and I'm going to put... I think it needs to be down... Let's put it down this road here, this side street. So we're going to pop that in, and then I'm going to make an adjustment for what is currently called Bracknell Food, and that is going to now change to just Bracknell Goods, because it isn't just food anymore. And shall now give it a purple colour. I have to remember what the... I think it's supposed to be green, but there we go. Manage line. And now we are going to have it visit here as well. There we go. It's a shame I cannot reorder these. That's the only issue I have. But from Bracknell Goods Yard, it will travel in this direction to King Street, up to London Road, back around, and back to the goods yard. I'm okay with that. Is a goods yard really that small? It really is. I might need to redo this goods yard at some point. Okay, that's the first one completed and ready to go. I might need to do something with this line as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at... Yes, I'm still working on this. Maybe I'll do some of this in this video too. Let's go ahead and look at Cornforth, shall we? So, why Bracknell Goods is visible... there we go, it's gone. So Cornforth Goods, it is purple. Right, so we have Cornforth Food, which is this bit here. We have Cornforth Food Processing, which is actually coming in from out there. Does that even have any? Yes, it does. We then have Cornforth Goods. Now, Cornforth Goods is going to need to change. So let's go ahead and select that, pin it for now, and let's see where all the goods are currently situated. So the majority is up there, but I would not be against a drop-off point down here somewhere. In fact, I would go insofar as to say this road seems like a good option. for a drop-off point. So let's go ahead and do that. There's that weird ghosting. Why this is ghosting, I have absolutely no idea. Do we need a 20? I've just realised, do we really need 24 metres? Let's line that up just a touch better. Manage the line. So it comes in from Cornforth South. It goes to Church Road. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that so that it initially goes to Green Lane and then up to Church Road and then goes back around. I might start looking at building a tunnel or a bridge somewhere here to connect up to this road. So if I can connect those two up somehow, that will be quite useful. Okay, so that is that done. Now having a look at the passenger route, we have 3. And in all honesty, this one's a bit... I need to have a closer look at this one. What is going on there? Okay, I'm going to fix this particular route because it's gone rather wonky. Where does this even start? Manage line, that can go away. Cornforth Holt. Where is that? Down here. Oh, this is not even a proper bus station. Okay, well, that is now to change. Yes, I think that is now to change. Let's go ahead and turn that into a proper bus station. Now I could just use, so I can use this one. It's going to remove a lot of buildings, but I could place it, destroy that and place it here, and that would fix a lot of the issues. Although I could place it directly off the main road instead, and if it were a proper bus station, there's connections at the back of it to cross over to the railway station. So I could place it here, for example, and that would be much, much better. And then you just cross over and into the railway station you go. I'm not against that. This one's a little bit too big. Let's do that. So, where am I going to place this? I think that placing it here is the ideal location. What? Passenger stop cannot be used by... Well, why have you done that? That isn't that, is it? Right. So, let's make this perfectly clear. You are Park Avenue. Not that. That. There. Good. Oh, even you. Why did you do that? Wait, has it... Does it think? No, it doesn't. Does it think? It does not. It just does not think. There we go. Right. Windsor Road bus stop is going to potentially be removed. Yeah, we are going to move Windsor. In fact, I'm going to just call this because I do not think this should just be Windsor Road. I do need to work on that, but I'm going to let's begin this by replacing So anywhere where I see Windsor Road, from there we are going to add Park Avenue and then remove Windsor Road. Okay, that is an improvement. Next one, we've got Windsor Road up there. So I'm going to change that to here and remove Windsor Road. Good. I will work out what it is doing in a moment. Just need to ensure that this is okay. Now, Cornforth Holt, you are going to change to the Park Avenue one. And I'm going to remove that. Okay. Now let's go ahead and just open up any platform you want. For any of, in fact, no. Platforms 1 and 2. So, no, you are going to be platform 5 and 6. Good. You are going to be awkward. So, Cornforth Holt disappears from yours. You are going to be platforms 3 and 4. And you are going to be, that disappears for you. And you are going to be platforms 1 and 2. There we go. That looks better. It's a bit... It's not... Okay. I know what's causing this. Can you select that for me, please? No. That. Count 941. Why are there 941 of these? 705, 9. Okay. Yeah, you're going. I think that is part of the issue that I'm having with deleting these. I delete one, but a few dozen of them appear. But I'm finally starting to use this, by the way. It is actually quite useful, but yes. Right, so let's get everybody moving. There you go. Everyone's going for a gander. That bus stop disappears. I'm sure everybody can walk just that little bit. That seems reasonable. That's what the issue is. Right, well that's very good to know. So to make sure that I'm highlighting the right things at all times. That might actually help performance once I figure out what on earth it is. This is actually one of the mods I wish to remove, but I'm unable to do so. Right, and then you are going to... I mean, this is or was a pretty good station. It really is. I don't think these... I'm not sure what these what does this loops mean? Absolutely no idea. I have no idea what that actually means. But yes, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove this station, bus station, the Holt, and I'm going to... We could start actually building more modern streets now, because it has got to that era. But I think I'm going to try to keep it with this, and then hopefully I can upgrade. Ooh, this isn't quite what I wanted to... Okay, I have an idea. Move the road. This is a bad idea. Maybe not there, just a little bit. Ignore the validation, yes, move it. Okay. Then I will demolish this, upgrade this to a main road just for now. I mean, this is probably going to end up changing. And then, okay, that is what I need to do. Get this lined up exactly where I want it to be lined up. Like that. Let's destroy that bit and that bit. We'll figure this out in a minute. That curved there. Good. That's just a bit of a wibble, bit of a wobble. I know it can do it. There we go. Perfect. Good. Right. Forget the detailing for... you know what? I'm just going to do it. I say forget the detailing for now, and then I go ahead and start making sure that the detailing is correct. That's what. Why are you not doing what I want you to do? There we go. That is it. Good. Perfect. And then smooth. The smooth didn't quite work, but that's okay. There we are. So we now have this. That should help in this area. So that has cleaned this up. In fact, if I now select that one, we no longer have issues. It is working the way it's supposed to. Good. Let's go ahead and select that one too, just to make sure. That's absolutely fine. And that one is also great. This is one that actually doubles back on itself as a proper route. I do want to look at doing that, if that's something that is possible. I might look at doing that. So it goes up there, turns back and comes back, and then this one. I might have to look into that. Right, Corn Forth is complete. Let's go ahead and get to the next one. I think this needs a bit of work. So, in this case, we are going to be completely reworking the stations and everything. So, that is not going to be an issue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out where to put the hang on. This is going to be very interesting. I have to now start considering things like bridges, and so for example here I am probably going to need to put a bridge across, so this bit will lift up, because look at the amount of traffic, and then come back down past here. Similarly, this will probably tunnel underneath and come down here, meaning that this bit of the road will be cut off. In fact, if anything, I could continue that in that direction. Do not mind the traffic. I'm trying to... It's still trying to sort itself out. But because of all of that, I need to consider what is going to go where. I think a bus station in this area is a good idea. A very good idea. To cross over like so. Oh, or again, I do it off the main road. Yes, I build it off the main road, and it works. I could even build it in the middle like that, destroy everything around it, and make a really fancy station. There we go. Yes, I think that is a good idea. But for now, let's just go ahead and... Right, nothing is going to use this. Good. So I know that the bridge will join up. When I turn this to bridges, it will be there and there. So that is not a problem. Of course, getting across town with just 2 bridges. It will be faster, or a bridge and a tunnel. It will definitely be faster. See, what I could do is, if I needed to, I can start the tunnel here and build up an area around there. But that is going to be something that I do in future episodes. Now let's ensure that I have the right set of bus stops. So let's start bringing in these sorts of what these bus stops do. You know, I guess I can start bringing these in. Small. I do not like that one because it's too German. That is better. This one is not. That's a bit German. If only there was one that looked a bit like this, but just did not have bus stop or anything like that, and it just had these. Oh well, for now we'll just put these without the shelters. So I would like to have a bus stop right here. That's one. We have that one there, which I'm not against. I'm going to say we need another one down here. Yes, that one is going to disappear, so that does not matter. Depending on where the tunnel goes, I guess we should probably have one just here. What I might do is I might start upgrading these to just have a dedicated bus lane in small areas, and that would be effectively their turnouts. Then we'll have one. Do we want to go all the way down the end, or shall we go? No, let's go down this road. We'll have one here. And I'll say that one will turn back, go this way, there, 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 and there. Okay, and then we'll have another one that comes in, or we'll have one that comes in here. One that handles this side comes in here, goes back out that way. One that comes in this side goes round there. Yes, that seems reasonable. And then for this one, I'll have one out on the main road. Actually, no, let's put it down the side streets because the main roads may need some further upgrading. Then we'll have one that goes actually out here towards the power station. Then it can loop back into this area past the goods yard. It will then come back, and I guess this is where the bridge bit begins, right? So we could have it just before the bridge. Yes, we'll have it just before the bridge. Visit America. How about no? Let's stay here for now. And then, of course, the one that is just after the bridge, that will be going back in there. Okay. That is a little bit better, but then I need to consider this bit out here. So what I could do is bring... that one covers that area. And then that covers that as well. Alright, new plan. That will come down further, and we'll have it down here. Let's have a bus stop down here, shall we? And we'll remove this one. So I think, given how long this is taking, we are not going to get through every single one. Yeah, remove all of that, please. Remove all of those. It's interesting now that I'm looking at this and realising what some of these problems are. In reality, getting rid of all of that is not an issue. Yeah, that is not really much of an issue. Right, so you disappear. You're fine. You go around there, then you'll go around there, turn out there. That's not a problem. That one will probably be, that's on that way. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and... So we have Macclesfield 1 and 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to name them as 1R and 2R, because we're going to be retiring both of them. And I'm going to build I'm going to put 2 new lines in. And just to make it easier, I'm just going to do this and do that. Like so. And for the purposes of making sure that I can see this properly, they will be orange and orange? No. Orange and there is a purple already here. Go lime green. There we go. That should allow me to see these two fairly well. Right. So, Macclesfield 1 is going to start from here. Then it is going to go there. It will then go to there. Church Lane, back to Queen's Road. But instead of going to Chester Road, this time it will go to Windsor. Oh, there's Windsor Road again. And that is what it will cover. No. After Queen's Road, it's going to go down this way. And then after Church Lane, I need it to go back to Park Lane. That's really awkward what it's doing. There we are. That is better. Okay, and then it comes back, and the only difference here is Windsor Road and Church Road. And how that is handled. Okay, I'm okay with that. Yes, that does not seem like a problem. And for Route 2, it will go from there. That no longer counts. So we'll go... I think that one should be reasonable. That one... No, I'm going to get rid of that one, so we'll go Broadway. Then we'll go George Street, High Street, King's Road, King Street, New Road, back to King Street, back to King's Road, High Street, George Road, Broadway, New Road. How many times has it gone to New Road? There and there again. I might need to include something there. New Road's the awkward one. New Road is the really awkward one. How do I make that better? Okay, I have an idea. After this, instead of going there, first you will go to New Road. There we go. So you go to New Road first. You will then go to Broadway. But if I were to... I don't know why that's doing that, but fine. And then after Broadway, you are going back to New Road. That is what I want you to do. So possibly it's platform issues. That's correct. Is it the New Road? Is it New Road platform issues? Probably. There we are. No, wait. No. Okay, now platform, that's correct. That is correct. This is wrong. There we go. That's going to help that, because that's the loop going back. This bit is not an issue. This bit is not an issue. That bit is not an issue. This bit is a little awkward, but it will get better, because once the bridge is in, that will definitely get better. I'm not sure exactly why it's doing it like this, so... Maxfield transfer. New road. No. That. What is this? What is this bit? Why are you doing that? Why will you not turn in that direction? See, there's a weird bug. It will not turn in that direction. Okay, well, that we'll have to figure out. But that now looks a lot better. So, I'm now going to give it the correct colours. Or some of the correct colours. Apparently that was not it. And I am going to select all the vehicles on this one. I'm actually going to now look at replacing these. Because we have a lot. We're still back here with these, aren't we? Yes, we are. We're way back here. Passenger. Let's really start. Here we go. Pushing these forward a bit. Great Western is taking over everything. No, we need to take that, don't we? That's a problem. I mean, I think this is the better one for what we're doing. So, oh, they're very red. They are very red. It's fine. That is going on to that, and then for this one, same thing. That replace. Set that to high, and that goes to that. Doesn't mean that needs to be set to high as... Yeah. There we go. Do that. Great. And then what I can do is remove you and remove you. Have a look at which stations are no longer in use. This is one of them. Which other stations are no longer in use? The rest of them all appear to be in use. Okay, good. Right, that is that done. Maybe that will help get this to grow, and it also means I can expand out in this direction. Let's go have a look at... This is going to need a whole bunch of work as well. It might just be better off... I might be better off just taking out all of the stations and starting again. I might just be better off doing that in all honesty, so I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think I am going to do that. That's fine. We have this one here. That's not a problem, and there is one on the other side, but I might do some other work with that. Okay, so I'm going to... I say delete the line. What happens to all the vehicles? I have no idea what's going to happen to the vehicles. But it's fine. I'm going to delete the line. Oh no, it doesn't allow me to do that. Okay. Let's just sell all the vehicles. Same thing here. Sell all the vehicles. and those two lines are now going to be deleted. So delete line, delete line. There we go. Let's start removing all the bus stops. In reality, this sort of change would be very, very fast. I think I'm going to remove that one too. This sort of change would be very quick. You would not notice it. That you would not really notice it. Let's be honest, because it would change over the course of a day without problems. So this one now becomes that, and I will put that back in. I'm then going to have a bus stop there. That will turn, I can get it to turn around and come back, so that's fine. I would like to have one just here on this road. We're going to come down here, we're going to have another one here. So I'm just trying to plan the line out. So we're going to start there, we'll go for this one, we'll go there to there, down here to there, down to the bottom, perhaps this side road here, and back up. So we do, I think, need another one. Let's just pause this. Let's have one just down here. Okay. So that's one line. So that's going to go there and back. Second line is going to go down this road. Actually, no. Hold on. There's another stop I'm going to put in here. That is going to be just here. I cannot put it in there because that will not allow me to loop. Put it in just here. Yes, I'll put it in here. That should give me the loop I want. Okay. So that's one line. Second line is going to be there, down there. Instead, it will go down the main road. That is causing me issues. Down there, right down. Oh, it cannot really go right down because there is no connection there. So I guess it will turn off here. Is there anything we could go down this one? Yes, we can. There are some shops here. So go right down there, right through there, up to this bit. Then it will... Oh, it cannot do that either. Because I do not have that connected. Ah. Why did I do that? There is going to be logic to why I've done this, so that's fine. It's not a problem. So it does that. It will go there, and so in that case, perhaps it shouldn't be going here. It should just go straight down. No, that will be there to there to there to there, back down and around. Trying to figure this one out. This one can go, well, certainly we'll have it go here. That's a given. Then we can have it go out here too. And I see nothing wrong with it going here. Okay, so that's that. Then on this side, we have that one there, which I'm okay with. There really isn't much else to do on this side yet, so I could just do that goes there, there, loops back. Okay, got it. We'll go up here. So we'll have it go from here, up, down, in, round that, back, up, back, and there. Those will be the 3. Right, let's go ahead and make those lines then. Line number 1 is going to be from there to there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and back to where you belong. Right. Issues? Let's figure it out. That's the first set. Well, no. No, do that. Why is it doing that? I'm going to hope that does not. Yeah, there are some issues with Transport Fever 3. Please fix this. That looks okay. That's a bit of a long-winded way to go back, but I'm not against it. Right. So that is PARD early 01 with its mess. Let's start with another one. PARD early 02, and we'll make it slightly darker. Start there, and I want you to go this way. There, 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 there. I guess we have to loop it like that. And then back to where you want to go. And that might have to do. I think that will have to do. Right. And then we have PARD early 03. And that will be there to, what did I say? Was it that? Then that? Yes, that, and back. Good. Perfect. Or as close to perfect as I'm going to get. This is weird. Now you take platform 1, you take platform 2, you take platform 3. There we go. And you can take 2 if you need to, you can take 3 if you need to, and you can take 4 if you need to. Okay, good. That is that. Now I need to find my depot. Where did I leave my depot? It isn't marked out for me anymore, so I have to find it. I could obviously get it marked out again, but I think it's more interesting for me to go looking for it. See how easy it is to find. I put it up this side. I do not think I did. Where did I leave my depot? And it just shows how well it blends into everything. That it's not even obvious as to where it is. That's it? No. Right, in the interest of saving time, I'm going to go look for the depot. I'm going to select the depot and get it up. There we go. Show me there it is. Right there. Right, I have, so as a test, I'm going to buy one of these and just sending it out on a route. And the reason I'm doing this, I want to make sure it joins the right side of the road. It does, good. Right, let's buy another 7 of them. Off you go on to Route 2. And then we shall buy another... Let's buy another 10. They will be out on Route 1. And then we shall buy another 5. And they go out on Route 3. Oh, and actually I should have probably, thinking about it, should have done select all of those and have them to very high running costs. Good. Off everything goes. We're good to go with the inverted G. I don't know why they're inverted. I don't know why the textures are flipped. It is a little bit annoying, but that's fine. Autosave telling me it's almost time to end this video, and I've only managed to do 4 towns out of 26. So there we go. West Mersey actually looks like it's handling itself. Now there's nothing on the opposite side though. That's something I need to think about. I might do that off camera. West Brom will need a little bit here, but it's not a major change. Barnstable's alright. Because that one does cover a significant amount there. Maybe just add... That also covers a significant amount there. So Barnstable's alright. Attleborough is fine. Yep, absolutely fine. So that does not need to be changed. Tell you what, let's make a slight adjustment to West. Oh, we do have that. So how much does that cover? Quite a lot. That covers that area. Oops. No, I've just clicked a whole bunch of stuff. That covers that area. That covers that area. That covers that area. Realistically, I need to put a bus stop in here. That is where we need one. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And get that sorted. So, West Brom 1, where do you start? You start at the exchange there, which is how far from the railway station? Railway stations... This isn't that far. No, actually it's right there. Then you go up to Park Road. What if I were to get you to after Grange Road? If I were to make this go this way and then back to Park Road, because Park Road is not really that far. Well, I guess that's what you're supposed to do though. Okay, I have an idea. I can create a third line. Yes, that is what I'm going to do. An idea has been formed and an idea shall be implemented. Here we go, a third line is now going in. And I'm okay with this as it is right now. So, we will go from here. We are going to go to Park Road, Grange Road, the avenue, down here, then back. Okay, good. That is what we're going to do. That will be a much darker line. There it is. And then what I'm going to do is on... Wait, what? Why have you done that now? Why can you not just go there? Why is that so difficult? Again, questions that I'm asking and I'm not necessarily... I mean, look at this. I'm not necessarily going to be getting an answer to. Look at this, Park Lane to West Street. Why is that such a difficult? Can I improve that? There we go. That has helped. West Street to Park Lane. Does that helps? Good. Okay, we're getting somewhere. No, that is wrong. That is not going to help either. That's made things worse. Okay, Queen Street to Mill Road we need to fix. Which one is the incorrect one? That has fixed that. Mill Road, Queen Street. And that has fixed that. And suddenly things are starting to look just that little bit better. To the green. So that's that one. Is it you? It is. And in the opposite direction, would it be you? That's incorrect. No, you're alright. Is it George Street? That's wrong. There we go. That is better too. Okay, things are looking a little bit neater. It's just, this one is very confusing. Because why can this not just potter out of here and just turn in that direction? I fail to understand what is going on there. PARD West Brom 03. Now the logic there is baffling me, and this one from Park Road to Grange Road is one that's baffling me as well. Will that fix it? That then breaks this bit. All of it then breaks right here, where it is clear that it should be platform 2. Yeah, that is correct. But then this is all wonky. But it is better. It is certainly better. Let's go ahead and find the depot. That's the wrong depot. I picked up the wrong depot. Right. Now, we'll do... Should we do 6? Now, I've not tested this, so it's probably going to be wrong. Which means I'm going to have to pick every single one of them up if they are. No, that's right. Also, let's go ahead and start upgrading. So, both of you upgrade to these. They're not much faster. They're just a little bit better. Better carrying capacity. How red are they, by the way? Oh, it's the... Okay, you know what? That is not bad. That is what I would call tastefully red. Not, what would you say, garishly red? Okay, so that is that completed. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 town, 6 is okay, 7 is okay, 8, just, 8 needs a bit of work. 9 is going to need, that's going to need a lot. That one can probably stay as it is. Yeah, there is a lot to do. I'll probably do some of that off camera. This one has nothing. That is something that needs to be fixed. So I'll do some of this off camera. But that gives you an idea as to what still needs to be done. Let's go ahead and take a picture somewhere for the thumbnail. In fact, I think for a thumbnail, different type of picture. Let's take an aerial view of. I mean, that is starting to look very, very much like a city. Which one would be the best one to take an aerial view of? Well, that has all the orange marks. That one I'm not particularly pleased with. West Mersey. Do you know what? This isn't bad. This is not bad at all. So I could take an aerial view of that from that angle. That angle's a reasonable angle, despite the fact that we have done no work in it. And maybe I should do this. There we go. Just gives me a bit more control. That just gives me just that little bit more control over what I'm trying to capture. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Leave a comment in the comments box below, letting me know what you think, any suggestions you might have. In the next episode, the plan is not to do more of these bus routes, although some of it will naturally occur, but it will be to rework one more town on this map that has an active connection. It has freight, so the goods are going in. It has passenger connections, it has road connections, it has buses, but it is just a town that I have ignored for quite some time in terms of getting it up to my standards in terms of road layouts. And that town is, of course, Maryport. So in the next video we will be working on Maryport. It should not take all too long, and then after that I'm going to probably spend a video going through the routes, making sure they're all right, looking for any additional problems that are pressing, and then see if I can release a save after that one. And then it's just a matter of going through the years, trying to expand as the years go on, and seeing just how much my computer will be able to take before it crawls into, I think it's close to single digit frame rates, but let's just see how much it can take. So yes, if you feel so inclined, do go check out my Patreon, Discord, and social media. Links to all three in the description box below. That is all from me, and I shall see you next time in Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series.